Thank you so much for joining me. This is hashtag No Limits, and hashtag No Limits is about people who society places limits upon, but who bust through those limits. I'm Shelley Kino, your host, and today I have two guests, and they have an amazing story, and I'm really looking forward to them coming on and sharing about their story. But as usual, of course, we have to do our introduction. So I believe that we know who we are, but not who we will be, and that there is not a better or a more beautiful example than the caterpillar turning into the butterfly. For those who don't know, a very quick science lesson, the caterpillar literally dissolves into its cells, and just when it must think its life is over, it reforms into that butterfly. But that's not enough. It's not finished struggling yet. It has to strengthen its wings while in the cocoon and struggle its way out in order to be able to soar everywhere that it's going to go in its lifetime. That can't be easy, but neither is busting through limits that society places upon us. So one more thing before we bring on the guest is make sure if you are watching that you give us a hashtag live and where you're watching from. And if it's replay, hashtag replay and where you're watching from. And be sure to like and subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss any of my amazing guests. So I'm going to bring Patrick on first. I think this is new because I have three guests, so I'm not clear how to do this. All right, I'm bringing you both on at the same time. Okay. All right, so Patrick,
hello.
Go ahead and introduce yourself first, and then we will get to Jazmine.
Yeah, my name is Patrick Longstreth. I am the director of the movie Iron Family, which is just recently released last week on streaming. Google Play, YouTube, iTunes, and Amazon Prime. And I've made a few other documentaries, historical documentaries that have won some Emmys. And I've been working in film and television for 25 years. And this is my first feature film, so I'm excited to talk about it.
And this film that just released just happens to have our other guest as the main character, right?
Yes, that would be Jazmine, the one and only.
All right. Mm-hmm. Jazmine, go ahead and introduce yourself, please.
Okay, my name is Jazmine Faries. I am 38, going to be 39 in April, the 25th on a Saturday. I live in Michigan. And I am the star and lead director of my play called The Double Life. I did a documentary called Iron Family, and I have a huge love of Matthew McConaughey, and also having the time of my life, and I have Down syndrome as well. And I am basing my inner child through this play.
Wonderful. Awesome. So how did you two meet each other? Matt or Pat, you want to take that?
Yeah, sure. Well, we met through Jazmine's brother, Chad, who I've known down here in Savannah, Georgia, just as a friend and a fellow patron of the art and music scene here in Savannah. And so he knew that I was a filmmaker, and he was looking for somebody to film Jazmine's play up there in the Upper Peninsula. So he asked me one day, we ran into each other in the park, and he threw the idea at me. It sounded interesting. And a few months later, my wife and I found ourselves up in the UP, filming this play, and we were only going to film for a couple days, but we ended up filming for 7 days and gathering most of what we needed for a feature film. So that was how it all started.
That's fantastic. And Jazmine, I understand that you have been doing plays for several years. So how do you feel about having a movie instead of a play? What are your likes and dislikes about that?
Oh God. First of all, I was honored to have Pat and Ann come into up here in Michigan to do this film. I kind of told them like, hey, let's do this film right away. And so they had their very talented skills to this film. And also me doing this play that I put on every season, 7 seasons of my play, was a wonderful thing I had to do. I had some talent style that I did in my play, and to me, I do like everything that goes with the play and everything. And my dislike of it was, misdirection, and also I also disliked the fact that it didn't seem as too much for me. But Mom, sorry, it's live.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's just say that for me, it was not slim pickings for me. But I rolled with the punches, and I had to do this play to put on every year. So that's why it got so famous to begin with, because of Pat and Ann's direction. And I'm so glad about that.
That sounds awesome. Sounds like you guys have a mutual respect for one another and for each other's skills and talents. And so, if you don't mind, Jazz, I would like to go back to your school age time and just talk about that a little bit, because at your age, the special education law was in effect your entire school life. And I just am curious, when you were going through school, were you encouraged to participate in plays or in any kind of drama classes?
Oh God! Now I'm 38 now, so I was in my mid-teens, back back in the 90s, and I always had a thing for acting and theater, because I love acting, and I think that's what I got the inspiration from that. And I haven't been in a real school play before, but I always dreamed to be on stage doing this, and see me, envy all of that stuff, the costumes, the characters, everything, since I was a teen. And now I think, now I'm 38 now, and just looking back at it made me feel like I'm way more extra special in that category. So, but yeah, I had some experience in that area.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. And I appreciate that. And I know it's hard to remember sometimes what it was like in high school or middle school. I'm just always wanting to know and hoping that a student's perspective is a good experience while they're going through school. Well, I'm a former teacher. Mm-hmm. Oh, I thought you were going to say something.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Well, actually, yes. My high school experience was pretty good. I was quite popular back in the day, and I do experience some good aspects of it and everything. And some of them were not that good experiences, but I remember. I don't know who gave me some words of wisdom, but I have to say that there's one. I don't know what. There's no quote or anything, but life is life. If you get knocked down, you always come back up again, and that was like a song. It was a song lyric that I heard. It was from my favorite singer, Aaliyah. God bless her soul. She occurred to me to do that. So I have to get up and try again. So I did that in my hospital days.
Very cool.
And now there's a movie about your life. So let's talk to Pat a little bit more about that, the process of filmmaking. I mean, I don't know anything about it, honestly. And so if you kind of can walk us through like what this movie is about, a little bit more in detail than what you've already spoken about. And just like you said, like you were up there for about a week or so gathering everything that you needed. And then what did you do with it?
Well, we didn't know what we were going to be filming. This was an unscripted documentary. And so we didn't know if we'd be capturing a short film. We didn't think we would be capturing a feature film, actually. We were hoping that we would have maybe a 10 or 15-minute film about Jazmine and her play, and that maybe it would be like a fun kind of YouTube video or maybe a short film for festivals. But we saw that there was so many storylines coming together here for Jazmine, for one, Jazmine's creativity and writing the play, her family coming together, overcoming obstacles to make it happen, and then the community coming together to see the play and support it. So, it was just a lot of storylines that we thought were interwoven here, and the story of Iron River, a small town. How do people entertain themselves in a small town? How do they build a community with maybe less resources? And the community center there, which is where it takes place, is a really key physical space that is an important part of the community there. So we wanted to feature that as well as the surrounding environment of the Upper Peninsula is just a beautiful area that a lot of people don't know about. And so we started to capture that and fall in love with that, and wanted to feature that as well.
Thank you. And so you said it came out on 3/21. And why is that an important date? And Jazmine, I don't know if you want to answer that or if you want Patrick to answer that.
No, I do want to answer that. Yeah, actually in 2021, it was like almost during COVID at that time. And then the film came, I think after we wrapped up the documentary, it was 2022. So it was kind of had some drawbacks a little bit. We did not do any production whatsoever of the play, but we did had our own version of the play, but in a different aspect of it. And I think Pat will tell you a half of the whole thing. Pat, can you tell her?
Yeah. Well, the film, as Jazmine's explaining, we were in film festivals back in 2021 and 2022, which was a little challenging because we couldn't play it in person. We had to do a lot of virtual screenings. But then we finally have come around to releasing on the internet on March 21st, which is 3-21, which for World Down Syndrome Day stands for trisomy 21, 321, which is the third chromosome. So that's what that significance is about. And we're hoping to, reach our core audience of families with Down syndrome, or families with a person with Down syndrome in them, who I think would be our biggest supporters.
Yeah. Would it be okay with you guys if I went ahead and shared the trailer for the movie?
Absolutely. Let's do
definitely,
it.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. It's going to take me a second to get there because I'm going to have to share screen and do all those, fun technical things. Make sure the sound is on because that would be bad if we didn't get any sound.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to talk
right.
to it. So.
I'm going to take all of us out and play this. Maybe.
One day, I just popped my notebook out, and I thought this could be my reality. Oh, God. Whoa. Hello.
You have a new play this summer coming up, right? Is that?
Yes. It's based on my life. Come in, Miss McConaughey, sir. It's open. I had this vision for a very long time. And my character is married to Matthew McConaughey, and sometimes it's like crazy.
She's either an incredible genius or she just has amazing luck.
People may say that you can't do something because you have Down syndrome. And do you ever start to believe that?
Sometimes I do, but you have to deal with criticism.
Great, sir. Yeah, take it easy on that too. Here,
Chad, stop saying that. I know what I'm doing.
Jazmine doesn't want anyone to tell her what to do or assist her in the choices that she's made.
She believes she's destined for greatness.
Good morning. I have a special delivery from Britney Spears.
Chad and Jazmine are siblings.
There's some obstacles that's like blocking me, and I want to get out of that and go into my subconscious. At the end of the play, when you walk on the stage with all the cast and hearing the praises of the audience, it's like exhilarating.
That is incredible. What does that feel like, Jazmine, to know that your story is now out there for the whole world to take a look at?
Oh God, it's overwhelming, and I'm really happy about that, and that everybody in my whole family contribute to it, and I'm so glad it happened and everything. It's my dream. My dream is coming out in front of everybody, and I'm really glad about that.
Yeah, and I haven't been able to watch the whole thing, but it is available out for everybody. So, Pat, do you want to talk about how people can access it?
Yeah. Well, probably the best way for sure to find it would be to go to ironfamilyfilm.com and click on one of those links. If you're trying to find it from your TV, though, you could just go to Prime is the easy one to find it, YouTube app or Google Play app, and then the Apple TV app too. I'm not too hip on that one, but you should be able to just search Iron Family on any one of those and find it.
Yeah,
and it's I think it's $3.99 right now or $4.99. So yeah,
somewhere in that vicinity.
Yeah. You'll be glad you spent the money. It's heartwarming, fun, inspiring. Everyone loves it.
Yeah. Well, to seeing that film again kind of bring me back to tears, and it was heartbreaking for me a little bit to see that. I'm kind of used to that.
Really?
Yeah, but just seeing the part of my cousin Maria and my Aunt Faith kind of throws me back, and that kind of bringing old memories come back again. And it was after that film, the last 2 important people in my life, and that was my Aunt Faith and my cousin Maria at that time. And with that, from a good experience as well. On top of that, I lost 100 pounds, and
wow,
and so did my mom as well. And then there's a couple to factors that goes with my brother and Pat as well. They both have kids now. I have a nephew named Leon from Chad, and there's 2 little people that came into my life, and that was with Pat and Ann. They have 2 beautiful daughters named Olive and Ruby, and those are my goddaughters. And they came into my life, and they're also in the play as well. As my one is my daughter, and Leon plays my son in the play.
Oh, that's cool.
That's right. Yeah.
So
yeah, a lot has evolved and changed since the making of the movie. So
it was like a whole emotional roller coaster altogether.
Well, and Chad is a big character in the story. He's the supporting role, and one of his main storylines was, would he become a dad? And so in the movie, it just kind of ends on a he's not, I guess to be continued kind of note. But it turns out that he is a dad now. So we might need to have a sequel to the film.
Yeah. Time marches on, doesn't it?
That's right. Yeah.
So we lost 2 major people in my life, and then we gained another.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Jazmine, you talked about the fact that when you were in high school, you were pretty popular. And my understanding is that you have lived in Iron River your whole life. Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah, that is correct. Yes.
Okay. So you were already pretty popular.
I'm sorry. Yeah. My mom just add something to that in the background that I was born in Marquette, Michigan. And then when I was little, I lived in Iron River for a little while, and then I moved to Peoria, Illinois for 16 years. Through when I was a kid through a teenage years. Yes, and I had a family down there, all my cousins and friends that I went to school down there as well. I went to Glen Oak, White Middle School, and then high school. And then I graduated all those times, and looking back at it, I was, pretty decent, loving, caring student. I got straight A's, B's, everything. I was 16, and everything was going out right with me. But sometimes also there was a factor was my weight. And some people can be cruel about it, and I didn't care at all. I was comfortable where I was back in the day, and looking back at it, it was a good experience for me, and also was that it kind of took me back to the place that I never wanted to be in that position again. So I came back stronger, and then I come back here to Michigan, and I was really have that popularity back here in Michigan in my life, and that helped me a lot, really well. And I was really happy to have that same love that I did before when I was in Peoria, but now in Michigan, I'm settled, and I'm glad that I did settle, and it all came together really well.
That's fantastic. And the reason I was wanting to talk a little bit about your popularity is because I'm curious now, since this documentary, a feature film has been made about you, what has that done for you when you're walking around town, but also the town? Because as you said at the beginning, the town is spotlighted, the Upper Peninsula, the UP is spotlighted, and it is. I had the privilege of being up there a couple of years ago in July, August timeframe, and yes, it's absolutely gorgeous up there. There were these little bugs that I didn't like. I think they were called midges or something like that. And they only come out a certain time of the year, and we just happened to be in that area during that time of the year, but they weren't horrible.
Yeah.
It didn't take away from the beauty of the UP.
Yeah.
So what is it like for you now in Iron River? I mean, does literally everybody know you when they see you on the street now?
Oh, yes, they do. They always say, "Oh my God, there's Dad," and "Oh my God, you look so popular," and everything. And they always like love me all the time. They're like, like, come here, and and they would hug me and talk about me and stuff like that. And they they want me to I don't want to kiss babies at all, but I do love babies. Don't get me wrong about that. I do, but it just like the whole town knows who I am, and it feels so good to have that in my life, and it made me feel extra special, and I'm really glad about that, because I never want to leave Iron River at all. It's my home. Everybody knows me, and everybody everybody who's my friends, friend with me, and everything, and it felt like I was born to stay here in this. Well, I don't want to say born, but I think, to me, I think, I just wanted to be. I know I'm very popular in other cities and everything, but I think deep down, I think this is the place that I want to be.
Yeah, it sounds like you and Iron River do go hand in hand, and I'm really happy for you in that regard. And I do just want to acknowledge, we had Fran, and I showed this earlier. She's watching from Southern Illinois, and she says howdy. And I know that Leslie is watching as well. And so I just wanted to say hi to both of them and thank them both for joining us today. And to remind anybody who might be watching in live or in the replay, if you have any questions for Jazmine or for Patrick, please put them into the chat, and I will be sure to share those with either of them that it is addressed to, or both of them if it's for either one of them. So Patrick, you talked a little bit about a potential sequel, but what is next for Patrick Longstreth in the world of filmmaking?
Oh, goodness. Well, first of all, with this film, I hope that, it will give me, it's already given me some opportunities to direct other films and videos, but I hope it will continue to launch Jazmine's career, because I think there are a lot of roles out there for her, both in scripted films or TV shows or stage plays, as well as reality, unscripted shows. Like, I think she would be a great reality star on either, a dating show maybe, or some sort of celebrity commentary kind of person. Jazmine was a red carpet reporter for the film festival we had a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
And she did a great job. I was really proud of her, even better than I had imagined. So in my next chapter of my career has led me to organizing a film festival here in Savannah, Georgia. And we are the first major film festival for historical documentaries. It's called it's called the Hindsight Film Festival. So it's all about looking back on history. And we have presenting sponsorship from the Better Angels Society, which is known for the Ken Burns Prize for Film. And so we have some of the Ken Burns Prize finalists in the festival. And we had Jazmine as our red carpet reporter, interviewing filmmakers and celebrities. We had Oscar-winning filmmakers, Emmy Award-winning filmmakers, Peabody Award-winning filmmakers, all here for the festival. Jazmine was asking great questions and really getting to know people, and adding some extra spice to our coverage of the festival, which was a lot of fun.
That's awesome. So Jazmine, I know in the Iron Family trailer, it talks about your love of Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
And so going with what Pat was just talking about, all these different people that you met at this film festival, has anyone been able to tell you they're going to make a connection between you and Matthew McConaughey?
Oh God, I don't know for sure, but if he does, I'd be really great to connect with Kit Hudson down the line, and maybe go Patricia Arquette.
Patricia Arquette, right?
Yes.
Well,
yes.
I happen to have worked with Patricia Arquette, which is just funny that Jazmine would mention that. Yeah.
Yeah, that too. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also me. I think there's a couple of celebrities that who also was friends with Matthew as well. I think it was John Travolta connection, and I think maybe that could probably work. So, and so it'd be kind of great to do that, and it probably steer me in the right direction. Besides, Matthew is a producer. He's an actor. So I think maybe in some time he could be in my film, or vice versa. I could be in his film. It'd be kind of good to play off of that. I could play his sister or his wife or his girlfriend, whatever it is. Try to switch it up.
Right. Yeah. I've met a few celebrities in my life, and I would love to be able to say, oh, by the way, Matthew McConaughey is here. But no, I can't do that for you today.
No.
Shucks.
I
thought you were going to surprise us.
Yeah, that would have been awesome. Unfortunately, I don't have those connections, but hopefully somebody listening or, who watches Iron Family will have that connection to him. And, that could be the next sequel to your Iron Family, Patrick, is to okay, she gets to meet him and,
yes,
everybody's lives and how this is going for Jazmine. I mean, obviously I don't know Matthew McConaughey, but he seems like he would be a really nice person from all the interviews and things that I've seen.
Definitely. Because he's a Scorpio. He is very sweet, wonderful, and everything. And he doesn't have a mean bone in his body. I can tell you that much. And he is a brilliant actor. I cannot wait to see him. And we are trying to contact him. And we give him a digital copy of the film, but he not watched it yet. But if he does, then Matthew will be probably interested to make it to an actual feature film.
Yeah, that would be, and I would definitely want to see that first meeting happen, because I mean, I can just imagine if I met, it wouldn't be Matthew McConaughey. Well, I mean, he is up there. But I have some other people that I think I would be starstruck if I met them, and I, would probably stumble over my words and maybe even stumble over my feet. And so,
I have that good face. What now? Just thinking about it.
So, what else? What else can we talk about? I mean, I'm thinking about, you are so well spoken, Jazmine, and I'm familiar with lots of people with lots of different disabilities. And I know that many people with Down syndrome have difficulty with their speech. Did you have difficulty and have a lot of speech therapy, or were you not one that had to go through a lot of difficulty learning to speak?
No. Me learning, with my English, it was always, I have to admit, when I was little, I had I couldn't talk yet, but I did some gibberish at the time when I was a kid, and as a baby and stuff. But then when I got older, I kind of misplaced words sometimes. But then as a teenager, it came out perfectly, and I was speaking normally, and when I get way too excited about something, I kind of stumble over my words and do all those sorts of things. But now, I think for me was kind of easy for me to speak and everything. But for me, when I was little, I couldn't be active when I was little. My mom and my aunts and my brother, everybody in practice in my family, they forced me into stimulated me. Move my arms, move my legs, everything, trying to keep me going, and so that helped me a lot during my my kid. Helped me a lot when I was a kid to teenager to adulthood to this day. So I'm really thankful for that. For all of them to help me with that, and I'm so thankful for that.
Yeah, parents and family are huge support systems in so many families that I am familiar with, whether they have anyone with a disability in them or not. And to have that support is tremendous in being able to have our loved ones accomplish things that they may not think they can accomplish. But when there's somebody telling them, you can do this, it's going to be hard, but you can do this, and giving them that extra support. And I know Mom is listening. So, if she wants to hop on and tell any stories about you, or, just tell us how proud she is of you and all that you have accomplished, I am all about that. She is welcome to come on if you're okay with that. And if she's comfortable with that, but so what do you guys have?
She might not be camera ready right now.
Yeah, that's true. Pat said. Yeah.
All right. Well, she can support you from behind the camera. That's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. But she keeps us talking about us, so that's fine.
Yeah. So, Jazmine, what do you hope to do next? I mean, you're a play producer, a play director. You have now been in a feature film. Of course, the meeting Matthew McConaughey. But what do you? What else is in your future plans?
God, me continue to write, doing screenplays for movies and TV. I see myself becoming a baker, becoming a fashion designer in real life. So that's gonna take a long time for that now. Being a hairstylist, but most of all, be on my favorite soap opera, which I love, is Days of Our Lives. I want to be on that.
Oh, no way!
Yes. I see myself doing that. I always wanted to act and do some independent films and stuff. But my favorite part of all being on Days of Our Lives in the future is to slap these wonderful actors and actresses.
To slap them? Oh, because of if you there's a reoccurring thing in Days of Our Lives where people get slapped.
Yes, all the time. Yes.
Jazmine introduced me to this video called the Days of Our Lives Slap-a-thon. If you look it up on YouTube, it is just 5 minutes of hysteria. Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. But that'd be kind of fun. And besides, they treat their actresses and actors like family, and they get together and have fun. Do all these silly things together. That's what I want to do with them as well. Treat them as my family. But
hopefully you don't slap your own family. But
no. Besides that.
Okay. Aside from that.
Well, now speaking of slap challenges, there's the one with the tortilla shell. Like where you have a mouthful of water and you each have a mouthful of water and you hit each other with the tortilla shell and you try to make the other one laugh. Whichever one spits out the water first loses. There's weird things out there, guys.
It's weird. Yeah, but I prefer kind of like acting slapping much better.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's not
Yeah,
real sunny.
but I do, see myself doing that. Me trying to help out with, I always wanted to help my mom with the with the financial stuff and take care of my own house and buy my own house here and help my mom out. Just trying to my mom did a lot for me and since I was growing up, and now it's my turn to do the same for her.
Oh, that's very
nice
kind
of you,
of you.
Jazz.
Yes. So
Yeah.
it'd be kind of good I did to do that when I pursue the next chapter of my life.
That's awesome. Yeah, I could sit and probably have long conversations with you about Days of Our Lives because I haven't
Yeah.
really watched it in probably a decade or more, but I used to watch it pretty faithfully when I was growing up. And
Really?
I imagine that Victor Kiriakis and Stefano Demira have finally left and I mean, because I'm sure they still do this in the soap operas where, somebody dies, but then they really didn't die, or their evil twin comes back or, where they just like, it's
the evil twin.
They do plot holes in Twist. But the real actors did die. John Anderson died. Joseph Mascalo died, and everything, and that kind of hurt me a little bit because they were like getting old and they were still on days for like decades ago. So it was good. And even Drake Cokestein, who played John Black, he actually died too.
Yeah.
That's another one, a third Days member.
Yeah, yeah. So you're not that much younger than me, but you're a couple decades, couple of
Elena is 78, as my mom put it.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. What's her name? Deirdre
Hall.
Deirdre Hall. Yeah.
Yes. But anyway,
but that's just amazing to me that they were still on when you were watching it. And they had been on when I was watching it. So, that does speak to
but I did watch it.
Sorry.
Bless you.
Excuse me. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. Well, I kind of watched it, like on, on YouTube and stuff like that. It goes back to the 80s. 65 to the 80s. I was a really big fan of this guy named Conrad Dunn, who played Nicholas Corelli. And I had a huge crush on him. And then it goes all the way back to the 2000s. So, yes, I've been watching it since every single day.
Yeah. It's been, like I said, it's probably been 20 years since I really watched it faithfully. And the fact that you, like I said, that you know those names. And so, that just gives me hope that in 20 years from now, people will be talking about Jazmine Faries. And all the great things that she has done and all the great things, all the change that you have brought. And I do want to just ask you that really quickly. I mean, when we think about the world of entertainment, and both of you can answer this or however you want to do it, but do you feel that there are more people with disabilities in film and television and, the theatrical world than what there used to be?
Yes.
Good.
Jazmine would know maybe better than me. I feel like I'm seeing a lot more than I used to, and maybe that's just me being more sensitive to it now. But we've seen some big roles recently, like the Peanut Butter Falcon was an exciting film.
Oh yeah,
with Shia LaBeouf and Zach. Sorry, I can't remember his last name, but the co-star with Shia LaBeouf, he was great.
Galifianakis.
Yes.
No, not Galifianakis. Zach, something similar to that though.
Okay. I might be thinking of the wrong right person and just pronouncing the last name wrong.
God Sagan is his name.
Okay.
Zach God Sagan. Yeah.
Also, there was I do remember there was they also have a Down syndrome Barbie doll in the line of
Oh,
Barbie.
right.
Yes, and also they have another Down syndrome person on Days of Lives too, named Felicity.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I see all of them everywhere around on that vicinity on TV, and there's I do see when I was in Savannah, there were a lot of Down syndrome people. Even my cousin Bailey, he has Down syndrome, and he can't talk. He can't do anything mobile at all. But he does speak sign language, but he makes noises to be heard, and so that's so I can relate. Well, I can't relate to that, but let's just say that I understand what he's going through. But because he has to have, his mother and his grandma are very more active in his life, and they are take care of him. So, so it was kind of like that thing too, with Down syndrome, who newly profound interest in his life. And so, just looking back at it, they can't do anything, like go to concerts, dance, go to clubs, or see what they like on TV. They can't do that, but I can. I can do all of it, but they can't.
Right.
But I do feel sorry for them. I do understand the aspects of it all, but mostly it's just watching and learning and watching TV. It kind of have a sore spot for me because they try to have their normal life. They trying to be independent. They try to dating and they try to have kids. But seeing that kind of hurts me at that same level as myself, and that kind of hurts me. But I can, even though it does hurt me sometimes, but I remind myself that I have babies in my life. I have baby cousins. I have my nephew, my goddaughters, and I just so happy about that. And they added to my life, and I'm in everything. So it's been quite a bumpy ride in my life.
Yeah, and thank you for being honest and sharing about all of that. Because I think sometimes people don't consider that aspect or that side of having Down syndrome. I hear the comment so often about, oh, people with Down syndrome are so happy. And I have my own thoughts about what did she say?
She said, my mom said, not true.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm sorry about that. I was kind of my voice was kind of breaking when I said that.
That's okay. That's what I want, Jazmine. Is the concept of this program for me is for people who don't have Down syndrome or who don't have a disability to have a better understanding of what a life is like of somebody with a disability or in the family of somebody with a disability, because I think we have so many wrong perspectives, and I want to try to change those. I want to try to, my goal is to make the world a better place, one person at a time, one person with an IEP at a time, which I presume you had an IEP going through school.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I did.
And that's what I do. Having this podcast is my hobby, but what I do to earn my living is I'm a special education coach, and I help families and I advocate with families. And I also help educators just, again, try to help everyone understand each other's perspective. And so you being very raw and honest with your feelings about having or not having children, I so very much appreciate that, because, as I said, I just don't think that is necessarily that some people consider that, and I'm looking at you, and I would guess Pat has the same respect for you excuse me, and that he has the same perspective of you, that you are successful in life.
Mm-hmm.
And I hear that as well, that so many people, especially as a teacher of young children, I heard that so many times that, you're never going to be successful in life because you have a disability. And I think you're very successful. Do you feel that you are successful?
Yes, I do. I believe that. And also I do believe that that love is acceptable for everybody.
Yes.
And if somebody wants to come say hi.
I just wanted to share in that about the IEPs and things like that.
Can you bend down a little bit? Because all we can see is from your shoulders down. There we go.
Parents of Down syndrome. That might be something you'd like to get into a little deeper if you were ever interested in that. I'd sure be interested in helping you, because I was very active in the community and I attended IEPs, and I had a suit against the city of Peoria, the school district, and all kinds of things happened. And so parents don't really know what their rights and responsibilities are.
Yeah.
And it's just so helpful to reach out to people that have experienced these things, like IEPs. And, the first thing that happens when you have a special needs child is they start throwing all these initials at you. You have to have an IEP by the BFC and the B, and people are like, "Huh? I just had a baby." You know? So it was very, very. I had a very interesting journey with Jazmine. I didn't know what to do, but I made sure that I found people that did know what to do, and I did what they told me.
Well, that's awesome. And yeah, absolutely. I would love to have you as your own guest, or you and Jazmine together at another time to talk about those kinds of things.
That would be great.
I think that, again, that's another area that is very misunderstood and has a lot of misconceptions surrounding it.
It's so helpful as a parent to have the answers to some of these questions and to know what really their rights are. Because Jazmine was in inclusion from the time she was 3 years old.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And then she went to high school in Peoria until she was 16. And then we moved up here, in the state of Michigan they can go to school until they're 26 with special needs. Jazmine went to school until she was 26 and graduated, and got to graduate with her class, and we had a party, and it was great.
Yeah. Michigan is one of the only state that goes beyond the 21st or 22nd birthday.
Yeah.
And
Michigan's
to go all the way to 26.
Michigan's a lot more progressive in a lot of ways. And then I moved to Illinois, and they were like in the Stone Ages.
Oh, that's where I still am. So
I just wanted to add that. Thank you for letting me share.
Yeah, no, of course. And Fran says, thank you for sharing. And then she also mentioned, and I think this must have been when we were talking about movies, that the movie Champions with Woody Harrelson.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I saw it. I really enjoyed it. It was really fun. Yeah.
So, I mean, I know people get Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey mixed up, but maybe that's another avenue. Maybe they're buddies somehow. Who knows?
Well, they are buddies. They are buddies. They were in that show True Detective together.
Yes, that's right. I was going to say that.
And maybe this is a tit for tat thing. If Woody did it, now Matthew needs to do it too.
Right.
So,
yeah. There you go.
Yes, we try to get Matthew on the bandwagon about my film. Maybe he can talk. Maybe little Harrelson will, say, "Hey, Matt, you have to watch this film called Iron Family. If you don't, I will do it."
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because and who was it that was in that movie with Woody Harrelson? I can picture her. And she's someone I follow on Instagram, but I can't think of her name right now. Is it? It's not Emily something. Who?
Is it Marissa Tomei?
No.
That's a good question. Gosh. Well, Caitlin Olsen from It's Always Sunny, and then Madison Tevlin was the girl with Down syndrome.
Yes. Madison Tevlin. Yes, that's who it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe I can, I'm trying to get Madison to come on the show. So if I could get Madison on the show, then I can be your connector, and then Madison can connect you to Matt or to Woody, and then Woody can connect you to.
There you go.
I see the connection.
Yeah,
no,
what is that
Madison,
called? That 6 degrees of separation thing. We'll make that work.
Yeah. I think there's a lot in common with you and Madison, Jess. I think you two have kind of a similar attitude, So, yeah.
I think so.
Well, she works with Matthew McConaughey and Will Harrelson, but I didn't.
Well,
let's see if we can't change that. I mean, I have absolutely no connection to Hollywood, but let's see if we can change that.
Well, actually, I did have a connection with Hollywood with Pat and Ann, because they lived in California for a while.
We did. We did live in Los Angeles. I lived in Hollywood for a while.
Nice.
And we're trying. We tried to get this movie out there. We did play the movie at the TCL Chinese Theater. I guess we didn't talk about that yet, but yeah, we've got a video on our website called Iron Family Goes to Hollywood, and we played our film at the Dances with Films Film Festival.
Mm-hmm.
And we were right there on Hollywood Boulevard, and we got photos and everything, and it was really exciting. I invited all my friends from LA to the screening, and we had a pretty good turnout. And then they had the Gay Pride Parade happened to drive right by our hotel. One day, the day after, I think, or the day before, and Jazmine got to meet Paula Abdul, which was amazing.
Yeah.
So, we had to get our picture taken with her in the gay.
Yes, he stopped the parade for me.
They stopped the Gay Pride Parade so the Jazz.
Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah. When I saw it, I was like, I quoted a song, Straight Up. And he just smiled. He just smiled when I said that.
Yeah,
that's so awesome.
Yeah,
that was amazing.
Yeah.
So
Jazmine and Patrick, we are coming to the close of our time together, but I just want to offer each of you, if you have a little something that you still want to say, or if you have words of encouragement that you want to share, take that time now to do that. And I'm going to put Pat on the spot first, and then Jazmine. So Pat, is there anything else that you want to say today before we head out?
Oh, goodness. Well, to family or friends of anyone with Down syndrome, I would say just to have fun with it the way Jazmine does. I'm very fortunate to have met Jazmine and her family. So I'm just very grateful for all the joy they've brought me. And I guess maybe to some filmmakers out there, please watch my movie and get inspired. It's only $4.99, and go ahead and keep making movies. It's hard these days. This one took me 7 years to get out there, but I guess just never give up and be prepared for a long post-production, because once you've made the film, or once you filmed the film, you think you're halfway there, and then you edit it, and then you think you're done, but it turns out you're not even close to halfway there, because getting your film out there into the world is a whole other commitment. So just be ready for that, and choose wisely when you pick a film. That make sure it's something that you're really passionate about for years to come.
Well, that's awesome. All right, Jazmine, you're up.
I'm sorry. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming on.
Yes, and I really appreciate it, and I'm so glad that that people can see this film and to see how they react to this, and see what they're going to realize, and there's more stuff to come in the future. Any inspired actresses or any Down syndrome people who wants to take a look at this, you can relate to my story and my struggles and everything, and just look back and have a good ride and have a good perspective on things. I'm going to say on that. To close it up, let's just say I love it. It was a wonderful ride, and what Pat said was very true and very wonderful. I'm so glad to work with Pat and Anne. They did this for me, and I'm really glad. I'll give them all that credits. And I'm so glad to be part of their family, and I'm so glad to be the godmother of their kids. So thank you so much for letting me be on this broadcast in any other way. Thank you so much, Sully.
Absolutely. Well, thank you both, Pat and Jazmine, for being my guests today. And thank you to all who tuned in or who are tuning in the replays and in listening to the podcast format. Remember, we know who we are, but not who we will be. Make sure you like and subscribe so you never miss any of my amazing guests. Have a great week, everybody.
Hey, parents and teachers, are you tired of IEP meetings that feel like a battle? Let's put an end to the tension and create a collaborative, calm, and respectful environment together. Shelley Keno, your go-to IEP consultant, can transform your meetings into positive and productive experiences. With Shelley Keno, your child is her top priority, your voice is heard, and you become confident. Shelley Keno is making the world better for all, one IEP at a time. Visit www.shelleykeno.com for more information and set up your free 20-minute consultation today. That's shelleykeno.com, SHELLEYKENOW.